Alright, today we are going to just make a completely random ass video because it has been absolutely forever since I've done any of this shit. Like, what am I doing? I don't know. I'll just throw in a couple random clips of like some stuff I've done over the past couple weeks. Like with the go-kart, for example, put body panels all over it and then ran it and then the door cracked and then fully broke off. So that was a success. Just kind of like the rest of my 2021 has been going. My 2021 is like everyone else's 2020, essentially. But we're still making it through. So I figured I might as well make another heart transplant video because it's been absolutely forever since I've made one. Kidney transplant. The kidney transplant will be happening on November 30th. Totally not freaking out a lot. Like, I have, like, when I first started thinking about it, I was like, oh, this is PTSD kicking in. Because you really have no idea what to expect, but I know I'm gonna pull through because as we learned this past year, there really isn't anything that can stop me. Or at least I don't want to see anything that can, because things that haven't are already bad. Let's get into this. Let's see, my phone is at a solid 11%. New merch up on the merch store. And remember, you can get these in anything from shirts to pillows to mugs, wall art, tapestries, like a whole bunch of different stuff. Also, I better not be under anesthesia on December 17th because I want to make that video for you guys of the 1-year anniversary of my death. Yeah, I know that sounds really weird, but honestly it's kind of cool. I have one on the 22nd and one on December 17th, but the one on December 17th was like bigger, I feel like, because the first one was in surgery, so it was like pretty manageable. They just like chucked my old heart and hooked me up to bypass. Like, it was no big deal, as one does. Let's see what stupid and ridiculous shit I did in this, because we all know there's gonna be something. Like last time I found out I was on the max dose of fentanyl, because we love our narcotics. If there's one thing this whole experience has taught me is drugs absolutely freaking suck. I really don't understand why people do them, because the withdrawal process is just horrendous. It is like, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It is just so off. November 25th at 8 a.m. This is of 2020, of course. This is my brain machine. Oh, I didn't even know there was a picture of this. I didn't even know I could see this. Oh, you guys can see this right now, but all of these lines are my brain activity. What the hell was going on here? Yeah, it looks like I kind of shorted out there a little bit, but, well, actually, I just don't know how to read this because it just looks like nonsense. Like, I don't know, just a bunch of squiggly lines. Ethan had a quiet night. They hooked him up to Ethan had a quiet night. They hooked him up to the brain machine to be sure. Wait. Hang on. They hooked me up to the brain machine to see if I still worked, or to see if the brain machine still worked. Because if they hooked me up to the brain machine to see if the brain machine still worked, they probably hooked it up to the wrong person. Because I like to throw all sorts of curveballs. So, alright, let me actually read this. Ethan had a quiet night. They hooked him up to the brain machine to be sure it still works. I know it does. Ethan was calm all night. He had a male nurse who was absolutely wonderful. All the nurses here are excellent. Yeah, you guys on 9 Tower, you guys are my nurse family, and I freaking love you. I'm coming back for my kidney. 100%. When Ethan did wake up, he was trying to communicate. It is impossible to read lips with a breathing tube in. Yeah, I still have all of the pink writing things up in my room of stuff that I actually wrote down. There's quite a few. I untied his hand so he could write. Oh. I untied his hand? Actually, you know what? This shouldn't surprise me. It just tells me that 3 days post-transplant, I was already going to try to rip stuff out, because, you know, that's what we like to do here. I untied his hand So he could write. I untied his hands so he could write. After multiple failed attempts of trying to guess what he was saying, he wrote very clearly, "Who is that man?" I told him it was his nurse. He was also able to write, "Did I have the transplant?" Oh yeah, I did. So if I didn't, well, actually no. If I didn't, I would have been dead. Weird. Which means the sedation they are using will offer him some amnesia and he won't remember yesterday's events. He's getting uncomfortable since he's laid flat for so long. God, even lying flat for 4 hours for my annual biopsy was just awful. So I don't even know how I did that for so long. They have been moving him around to try and avoid bed sores. The first place the pillow was put was under his butt after some communicating. Alright, sorry guys, I can't read. I mean I can, but these past couple of weeks have just been like type weeks where my brain is just gone. I was using a corded drill for something in the garage. And then I said, let me plug in my cordless drill. He moved it to under his back and he said that was comfortable. I finally was able to get some sleep in longer stretches than an hour. I really very strongly dislike sleeping with a mask on. Yeah, I don't blame her there. I am sick of my mask. I'm also pissed at myself for eating salad with onions on it last night. Ooh. Oh, poor mom. Ooh. That mask breath, though. Eating onions and then having to sleep with them. Oh. Oh my gosh, that is just awful. They came in this morning to take his daily x-ray. Rounds will be in a couple hours. I will find out the results of the echo then. That will be determined if his right atrium is getting stronger. He has had a couple doses of rejection meds and has tolerated it very well. Ethan is still getting blood product throughout the day, which is normal when on ECMO. They were able to discontinue the insulin, which is good. Yeah, I am so happy. Because I know people that have had to take the insulin shots before they eat, and I look back at that after everything this year and I'm like, it's just awful. So I'm very thankful my weird transient diabetes was able to go away. He's trying to use his left side more, so that is good. He's also moving both eyes into sync, which is improvement. He seems to wake up a little more frequently, which is good. Ethan's nurse overnight gave me the attitude compliment. He said that when Ethan was getting frustrated this morning, that my voice was very soothing and I even made him feel more calm. The Calm app. If you know, you know. That'll be a story time for a different day. Ethan has been coherent more today. He even needed a little extra sedation because he was pushing through the morphine. Not surprised. He hates his breathing tubes. He asked for it to be removed multiple times. Yeah, I didn't understand what extubation was. I don't blame him. He really hates the daily floor cleaning Zamboni. It is too loud. Oh yeah. I hated that thing. It literally sounded like there was a train going up and down the aisle back and forth. He flipped off the Zamboni when it drove past his room. I have since he closed the door. He doesn't like noise. Never has. He was the kid who brought ear protection to the movie theater. Yeah, when I was like 3. I love loud noises now. Although, yeah, that Zamboni can kind of yeah. That was a rightfully deserved flipping. I hated that thing. But no, I like loud noises. You guys know I love loud car noises. Like, the IS is getting 2-step tuned, straight piped and everything. It's gonna be loud. There's certain things I like loud, there's certain things I don't like that are loud. Engines, I love a nice loud engine because it sounds good. The dialysis machine, that's gonna drive me insane. Until I get out of my room, which will be happening actually fairly soon. He's still asking for his phone, which needs to be charged, because remember, I broke it because I'm that stupid. Yeah, I'm still realizing that the reason I haven't talked to some people, and mind my Italian here, the reason why I haven't talked to some people for so long is because I'm still realizing that all messages I had with them deleted when my phone, like, completely broke. Everything wiped. Still learning. But still talking to my old friends, which is good. Love you guys. You are freaking awesome. Hopefully I get to hang out more soon, because that is like the highlights of my months this year. 100%. He also did a good job communicating his feet were cold and he needed socks. His nurse had to go find the biggest pair of socks she could. His feet are much bigger than the rest of the kids. Someone else walked in the room and said, "We never see those socks." Well, I was also like water ballooning, where I was like, I ended up weighing like freaking like 160 pounds. Allergy came today and he did really well on his exam. When they all said hi to him, he waved with his left hand. I did let them know that his exam will be done on him as is. No turning off pain/sedation. He is now moving both eyes together. He can see out of both eyes. He's gaining strength in his left hand. They had him squeeze his left hand and right hand. He then had to pull up his right arm. He used his strength. The neuro guy said, "Geez, you are strong. You could beat me in an arm wrestling contest." Yeah, bullcrap. I have like little stick arms here, but that's okay. The neuro team asked him to wiggle his toes. He wiggled his toes, moved his foot around and lifted his leg. Show off. Of course. They seem very encouraged and will have the physical therapy and OT visit him. We are in the process of getting him a whiteboard to communicate better. The letterboard was not helpful for him. I don't even know what the letterboard was. I don't remember that. All I know is I would either write on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper. His cardiologist came and let us know that his echo from yesterday was still showing the right side of his heart being weak. They can't really tell what his lung pressure is like. They will do another echo today and compare them. Yeah, my lung pressure was through the roof. On the echo yesterday, it was unclear if they saw another clot forming in his heart. So they will be tracking that closely as well. Comedy Central has a South Park marathon on. He has that on in the background. Everyone is working so hard to help Ethan improve. That had to be interesting with South Park on and everyone's like nurses. So you hear Cartman like in the background doing something
highly not family friendly.
That's hilarious. 11:25 at 4:20 p.m. Ethan is continuing to try to communicate more and more. We haven't found a great way to do it yet. We have tried an app. We tried a paper and pen. Excuse me. We have tried a whiteboard and dry erase marker, iPad. Keep in mind this kid is busting through a good dose of morphine and fentanyl to do so. But yeah, he was really getting frustrated when I couldn't understand his charades of pointing at the TV. Finally, after an hour or so, I realized he wanted the TV closer. Of course I did. Makes me wonder how his eyesight is. No wonder. I wonder if it is affected with the sedation. If his brain to eye connection isn't as fast. He was holding the letter chart. I told him to spell out what he wanted, and he was not able to do that. Time and less sedation will tell if and how he can be supported. The ECMO team, as well as the cardiology team, turned down the machine. They watched via ultrasound how his new heart responded. It was very encouraging, and they think over the next 2 days. Don't fault anyone for grammar here. We were all not having a good time in the hospital. And Ethan can focus on actually moving and gaining his strength back. They seemed very surprised with how well Ethan was doing considering his terrible shape on Sunday and Monday. He developed a clot on the left side inside his heart. Doctor said it has not gotten any bigger from yesterday. And at this point they will be using medicine to help the body resorb it. They were talking about surgically removing it and then ditched that idea. Thank goodness, because I think, yeah, I probably didn't need another heart surgery at that point. Ethan has also not eaten since Saturday at lunchtime. So for some reason I wanted to think, shoot, maybe it was Saturday. I almost thought that it was on a Friday, but no, I guess I had the transplant Saturday. Anyone who knows Ethan knows he becomes hangry if he goes more than a few hours with no food. Of course. Because, I mean, come on, who doesn't? Since it's been several days, he will be getting a tube inserted into his toes that will go down the back of his throat. AKA the springs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this video. Watch this video up here. I can't point. They started to insert the tube and he acted as... oh wait, hang on. His nurse had extra sedation ready. They started to insert the tube and he acted as if the sedation was never given. Of course I did. He pushed through the extra fentanyl and extra morphine, as well as dextamethasone. In other words, Dex. Another very heavy sedative. So they were trying to get some elephant... What? So they're trying to get some elephant tranquilizer so he doesn't feel a thing. Oh, and on a side note, we find out I made honor roll at school. No, I wasn't even there. High school. So glad I'm not in high school anymore. Because of Ethan's stroke, in true fact, he is having some weakness. Physical therapy... Oh yeah, by the way, this is like, the same day at like 7:30 p.m. Physical therapy came in to fit Ethan with some boots. They sort of look like moon boots. These boots are to help his feet stay in position, not lose memory, so it's easier for him to walk after his neck surgery. Wait, what? Keep telling me either Friday or Saturday. I don't know what that's about. He also got a fancy wrist brace. None of the staff can believe how awake Ethan is on ECMO. Normally I am told that kids are basically in a coma. They don't move or respond. The kid is asking for the office to be on. I set up the iPad on his bedside so that he can watch it. I have a picture that I can put in the video. Everyone else would normally be in a coma. Nope, here's Ethan. I want to watch this on TV. I don't care what drugs I'm on. They had to put in Ethan's feeding tube. Ugh, you know this has got to suck. Round 1 was a fail with extra... Round 1 was a fail, even with extra sedation. Round 2 was not much better, with... God, this freaking fly. Maybe he just wants to be in the video. That's okay. Round 2 was not better, with an additional but different sedative given. He was also so frustrated and painful, the floor doctor whisked it in and gave him something else. He was lifting his head and legs off the pillow as an instinctual reaction. I'm sure in his mind was to stay alive. That's when the floor doctor came in and gave him a nice dose of a medication similar to Valium. I don't even know what that is, but Ethan liked that medication. He was able to go to La La Land and drive the Supra into the sunset. That tells me it's a heavy sedative that likely gave me hallucinations, none of which had to do with the Supra. Oh boy. On the 16th. Guys, I swear my brain doesn't work. It doesn't work. The 26th at 4:30 a.m. Ethan was getting ready for bed. The room was dim. Ethan was completely zoned. I received a visitor. It was Ethan's surgeon. Oh boy. He came just to say hello and see Ethan. He said that he's never seen a kid on ECMO be so awake before. It's unheard of. Well, how long has this been out? Oh man, how long did my camera shut off for? Hopefully y'all heard the part where Ethan had one job, and that job was to sit still. Guess what Ethan did? Pulled out part of his chest tube. Yep. We're trying to communicate as best as we can. I'm frustrating him so much. I just keep telling him I'm so sorry and bad at reading lips. He developed a hand motion that is sort of like a brushing away motion when he wants me to go away. Oh yeah, I had a lot of those. He even rolled his eyes at me today. Something he normally would never do, but he's just so frustrated. I asked him, "Did you just roll your eyes at me?" And I nodded my head. Then I smiled. Ethan became increasingly agitated. He's frustrated with being tied to a bed with a tube in his mouth. He's sick of not being able to move on his own. Seems to be more with it and listening in on conversations to see if he can figure out what's going on. But he is in and out of sedation, so he's only hearing bits and pieces. He's easily confused. We had another go around with him wanting his phone. My phone's like freaking shot at this point. He tried writing the passcode and it was not legible. He gained momentum and started panicking. He started to kick his legs with the strength of 1,000 men and was pulling at his tubes. He was saying he couldn't breathe despite the nurse and my efforts to calm him down. Maybe the reason I couldn't breathe is because I was trying to rip my tubes out. Smart. Breathe through your tube, Ethan. He was in a full panic mode and fight for his last breath, even though he could breathe. Delirium. I was told this could happen. I had my body thrown over his legs, one arm holding him down on the side while his nurse was trying to talk to him on the other side. This little nurse came in when she heard the struggle. His nurse ran to get extra sedation. The second nurse and I just held his thrashing body down, trying to calmly tell him it was okay. Holding him down while he thinks he is going to suffocate was not an experience I would like to relive. I'm sure he thought I was assisting in his death. Oh my god! Good god! Honestly, I don't remember anything about suffocation in any of my delirium stories. I just remember like walking around and like doing my own thing all the time. I wonder if I'll remember that one. That'll be slightly horrifying if I do. Can you imagine?
You think you were suffocating to death and her mom is making it worse?
I'm hoping he doesn't remember any of it and doesn't develop some psychological twisted hate for me. Definitely did not. His nurse came back with sedation and gave it. It wasn't until his eyes were rolled back in his head, white and vacant, and his thrashing had stopped that we let go. He has been sleeping for hours now. I asked for a drip of my own of that medication. It seems to work well. As he gains speed for more work under the hood, he needs to just rest and heal. They want him more sedated, so I think the plan is to keep him on a drip of that as well. It has been 1 week since Ethan was listed at status 1A. He's made so much progress. Yeah, no, those days were the longest goddamn days of my entire life. It was just freaking horrendous. November 26th at 9 p.m. This will be the last blog read for this video because there's just so much stuff that happened in December. This afternoon was quiet. I enjoyed all my well wishes texts. Woke up at like 6:45. His nurse gave him a dose of sleepy medicine. I wonder which one that was. Because I know of a lot of stuff that I was on. Oh! Guess what? I bet you can't guess what this next sentence is. Type it down right in the comments right now. Well, actually, you guys probably read the blog, but if you don't remember, type down what you think the next sentence of this is. After his nurse gave him a dose of sleepy medication. Yeah, you know what it is? He didn't go to sleep, though. He became his father trying to talk with his hands so much they were becoming weapons. Because I'm Italian. Italians, we talk with our hands like all of this all the time. He kept retching down and grabbing the sheet. I asked him what he was doing and he mouthed, "I'm getting my phone." Ethan, I said, "You don't have any pants on." Wait, hang on. Did I think the whole time that I was actually wearing clothes? Wait a minute. Hold up. Did I think the whole time I was wearing clothes and I was trying to get my phone out of my pocket? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I had like a diaper on at this point. He needed to feel his skin to know he didn't have any pants on. He was just trying to tell me something that was something I needed to know in a hurry. He was writing letters with his fingers on the bed for me to guess so fast that I was going to start a fire. Be like, I can't even do it that fast now. I'll hurt my arm. I give him the whiteboard and that has given us the most success. See, the funny thing is, I remember writing this. I remember thinking this and writing this because of the freaking dialysis machine. I don't know what made me think of this because I do not watch The Simpsons at all, and I don't think I have in over 10 years. It sounds like I wrote, and I can put these pictures in here for you to see. Nelson from The Simpsons laugh. What the heck? I thought he meant he heard one of the staff members outside his room laughing, and it sounded like that. He was actually talking about the machine right next to his bed. Janice, the god-awful dialysis machine. It's funny, because I remember thinking that and writing that. He hates repetitive noises. I told him I missed the staff member's laugh. You feverishly wrote this. You just... Hold up. Hang on, this is gonna... Alright. You guys see this right now? Tell me down in the comments what you think this is, because I'm honestly not even 100% sure. You just... Oh, you just missed the second... Oh, you just missed the sound from squiggly line there. P something dot M something it. I don't know. A machine had made noise that sounded like that laugh is bothering him. I missed the machine making the noise because it was so noisy in the room. He had a whole floor of nurses trying to figure out which staff member had the laugh. They were all laughing. Ethan is proving his character, except he was pissed about it, not laughing. Then after the 8th time of explaining to him, he was able to go to the bathroom by just going because he had a catheter. He threw his hands up. He couldn't wrap his brain around where the urine would go. I had a picture of his urine bag and showed him. He then couldn't figure out what was done with it after it was in the bag. All valid questions. Yeah, I think those were on the dialysis machine, because that was like the one that was next to me all the time. Oh, and then I wrote, how did my gimbal die? Hello. Welcome back. And then I wrote something you all know way too well. This was on November 26th, less than a week after I had my transplant. I want a toilet. I have other things that I wrote on here that I still need to add to the merch store. Now, after the previous toilet decibel, I can totally relate. Here I am complaining that I want to take the first shower. I wonder where he gets it from. Who doesn't want some privacy? I then spoke to the nurse because he was getting more frustrated and delirious. Let's get him a Versed. Like Valium. Oh, good. So Valium is like Versed. And we all know Versed is not good either, because I know I was on Versed. Keep him from having these bursts of confusion. This seems to be agreed upon approach. We can keep him sleeping until his surgery tomorrow. I doubt that did anything. I know that Thanksgiving is a holiday that I particularly enjoy with the good food and spending time with your loved ones, but we had an odd Thanksgiving. COVID sprinkled its nastiness all over our world like a thick spider web. Thanksgiving. Oh, so I said I want a toilet on Thanksgiving. Because y'all can't see me because my gimbal died. Thank you for watching today's video. I know I haven't filmed one of these in a while, but I'm going to start filming them more because I'm slowly getting more time. As for the kidney transplant, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with it. I guess we'll see when we come to it, because we all know what happened with the heart one. It's something you can't really plan for, something you can't really anticipate or put like any sort of prediction on type thing. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've been slowly working on the car and the go-kart a little bit. I can put clips in that, I'll put clips of that stuff in like the next video whenever I make that, hopefully soon. Thank you all so much for watching, all your support. If you're new to the channel or just coming across this video and you made it this far, please feel free to subscribe and hit that like button so the YouTube algorithm is actually on my side. Merch store is in the description, Instagram's in the description and everything. Thank you all for watching. I love you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you when I upload next. Bye everyone.